This was set to be the hardest physical and mental challenge that I'd ever done before. But why did I sign up for a half Ironman? Well, there's a few reasons, but one of the key drivers was quite a humbling experience that I had a few years ago signing up for a sprint triathlon. Now, I'd always played football, I'd done training in the gym, and I was kind of training and building up to becoming a personal trainer. And one of my friends said to me, let's do a sprint distance triathlon. It was the first time I'd ever done any sort of endurance-based stuff. And that was an extremely humbling experience. So I was getting overtaken, getting absolutely smashed apart and beat by these guys twice my age, like seemingly massively overweight actually, some of them, and running past me, cycling past me in their tight lycra tri-suits that I'd always kind of mocked in the past. I had no idea why anybody would wear that sort of outfit. And during this, I actually scared the life out of myself and my partner and those around me and everyone really during the swim section, which we'll talk about the swimming section a bit later on. But the only logical solution, therefore, was for me to sign up to a half distance Ironman to prove to myself and to prove to those around me that I was capable and I wasn't as unfit as what I looked like when I did this first triathlon. I had a bit of a criteria really. I wanted it to be in the UK, I wanted it to be a fairly flat, easy course, and that would just mean that being in the UK, it would save me some money in terms of the travel, and these events are quite expensive anyway. It would also make things a bit easier in terms of the logistics, and I wanted it to be a flattish course because it's, my first one. And I also wanted it to be far enough in the diary that I would have enough time to train for it, but not crazy far away that I wasn't motivated for it. So I think I ended up signing for Ironman Weymouth 70.3 about 9 months out. So for me, it's less than a 2-hour drive away, which is absolutely awesome. The swim's in the bay, it's 1.2 miles, and then the bike is 56 miles, some really nice scenery on a rolling type route. Not too hilly compared to kind of where I live, but some people typically find that route quite hilly, but nothing crazy. And then the run would be dead flat just along kind of the promenade along the seafront with an amazing atmosphere and loads of people around. So I thought that'd be a really nice event. It was perfect in terms of the scheduling, and it was pretty good in terms of the location. Overall, training for this event was pretty good, I would say. It wasn't perfect. We had the summer holidays and we had a couple of family holidays and just having a family and stuff in general and trying to run a business and life, is very difficult to dedicate a lot of time to training and hit every single session because other stuff comes up. There's loads of other responsibilities and things. But that's kind of the point, right? Isn't it? Life is never perfect. There's never a perfect time for these challenges and these events. So you've just got to go for it and do it anyway and just kind of fit it in where you can. I also battled with a bit of shin splints, sort of on and off. I really felt like my running was kind of lacking, so I really tried to push it at certain points, and then I ended up doing too much too soon and then kind of getting shin splints, and then I'd ease off a bit and then I'd push again a little bit, purely because I wasn't that confident with my running ability and I thought I could make up some time there. My cycling was going pretty good. I was just trying to maintain that because I'd done a lot of commuting to work and I've done some cycling events in the past, so typically the cycling part is my stronger part. The swimming training, I find that less fun. I just find it a little bit boring, a little bit harder. I'm typically not very good at it, and it's a smaller portion of the event. So all of the time I've got in the back of my mind, I could really try and push the swimming here, and I could really try and level up the swimming here because I suck at it. But at the same time, it's not going to gain me loads of time because it's a smaller portion of the event. Whereas if I put more time into the cycling and into the run, I'm more likely to get a faster overall time. So I kind of ended up getting a little bit complacent with the swimming, and I probably swam on average twice a week in that 9 months, which it's not too bad. And I probably cycled 3 or 4 times and then ran 3 or 4 times. Not consistently that kind of volume all the time, but just on average over that period. A few weeks before the event, I actually got really scared about the swim because Ironman Cork had a couple of kind of deaths, fatalities during the swim section. Obviously, there's so many people that enter the event, so in terms of statistics anyway, the chance of somebody dying through like circumstance or whatever, I never really figured out whether it was because of the conditions or the swim itself was really hard or whatever it was. I didn't quite figure that out, but it did seem to shake me a little bit. And it also shook my partner, Emily, which is no surprise really, because the first time she watched me do a triathlon, she thought I was literally drowning. It was only a 400-meter swim in the pool, but I basically couldn't breathe. So I would swim a length, like holding my breath and not breathing, and then at the end of the length, I would have to stop and hold on to the side and catch my breath, and I was kind of like hyperventilating. And the lifeguard was like following me up and down the side. I was like the last person to get out of the pool, the last person to get to the bike. I think like everybody thought I was kind of drowning and I wasn't going to make it. It's only 400 meters. So you can see then why she would be scared when I'm doing a 1,900 meter swim in the sea with loads of people around me. So there's definitely some nerves there, but let's go into race weekend and then we'll go over like a bit of a debrief and some of the nutritional stuff at the end of my overall performance. And away we go. So it is Friday before race weekend. We've just checked into our static caravan and I think we've massively lucked out. Check this out. Epic view. Yeah, super good view. Got a few things to get ready tonight and then rack the bike tomorrow. Get all of the registered tomorrow and all of that good stuff.
Daddy,
chill out.
Cheese, Daddy.
Shake out, run. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
And around. And go. Push, 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 push. And today is Saturday morning, day before race day. So lots of stuff to do today. I've got to get the bike racked, got to register, all of that fun stuff. Check out the event village and things. The weather looks like awful. The weather does not look good. There's like a few rumours around whether the swim is going to be on or not. Maybe it will get shortened, maybe it will get cancelled altogether and we'll end up doing a triathlon. I don't really know how I feel about that. I feel like it kind of changes the event. And you pay quite a lot to sign up for an Ironman event and you kind of want to do it as it's meant to be, but at the same time I'm not a massively strong swimmer, and if it's not safe either, then obviously it makes no sense for it to go ahead. But we'll see. At the minute, like outside, obviously it's Saturday, the weather, the sea looks really calm. Don't know how well you can see that. Time now is like 7:30. I tried to kind of have a lie in this morning, but I still ended up waking up at 6, just like too excited and stuff. The younger one is awake, and I've just got powders and stuff like everywhere. So super cool having the caravan because it means I can kind of lay all my stuff out and get ready. We were going to camp in the transporter, but I'm glad we kind of found this spot. Everyone else is asleep. I also think I'm going to get in the sea today and try and have a little bit of a swim, kind of acclimatise to maybe the bit of chop that's going to be in there. The only issue with that is like, then am I going to have a wetsuit tomorrow morning at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning when it's going to be cold and windy and stuff, but it's going to be rainy anyway, so we're wet anyway. Hey, so we're at the Ironman race village. We just need to register now and then I can sort out my bags and bits and pieces.
Ready up?
Alright, so I have put the stickers on the bike and on the helmet and then I've packed the 2 race bags, so T1 and T2. So bike bag is the blue one. That's got my got a towel in there just to wipe like just the water off from the sea quickly. It won't take too long, but it just feels nicer to go out on the bike dry. I got my shoes in there, sunglasses. I've got an extra jersey, got my race belt because the weather's not good. And then in the red bag is the run bag. I've literally just got my shoes in there with the quick laces at the minute. And then tomorrow I can come down and you can access these bags. So I'm going to put my nutrition and stuff in the red bag for the run tomorrow morning. And I think we just need to go rack them up, see where transition is, see where the swim start is, and then we're going to do a cheeky swim.
Down the hill he goes. This is super exciting. I can't wait for this. Ironman 70.3. Here we come. Weymouth 2023.
There is so many bikes, or gonna be so many bikes. We're head home now.
All done.
Got the bag.
All good?
Yeah. So the challenge is to find the bike in the sea of all of those bikes. It's gonna look even more full when there. Yeah, so this is the start line or start pens, and there's timing markers. So based on your predicted swim time, you line up next to that marker and then go with those. Alright, so just done a 6-minute swim day before. It looks like you go from there is swim start, and then you go all the way out to triangle yellow one. I don't know if you can see it. No, we can't see it. Yeah, so triangle yellow one is the first one there, and then you go to the second one, which is the orange one. You go all the way across, and then there's the same on the other side, and you exit like kind of just in front of those stones over there. Yeah, super crystal clear in there, which is like really nice, not what I'm used to. And it was quite shallow, like for the first 20 meters or so, but obviously it depends on the tides and stuff. Yeah, it was good. It's a bit choppy, but not too bad, to be honest. And we'll see what it's like tomorrow, because it's meant to be significantly worse. It's like 4:30 in the morning of race day. And I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like the worst thunder and lightning I've ever heard.
Why do you do that there? What's she outside?
I don't know. But I've literally never seen so much lightning and heard such loud thunder. So anyway, eat the breakfast like normal, get the stuff ready, and go see what the sea's like, what the deal is. Do you want to speak to the camera? Hey, do you see all of the lightning? We're all parked up in Weymouth College car park, just ready now to go over to transition and put the last few bits on my bike. So I've got to put the Garmin on there, put the bottles on there, put a couple of things in my transition bags. The weather is crazy. So now it says it's not going to rain, but like there is so much thunder and lightning. It's really weird. There's been like power cuts, there's like car alarms going off and stuff. It's quite a weird experience. Super dark. Alright, so I just tried to go in transitions, drop the extra bits off and put them on my bike and stuff, but they've delayed opening transition just because they're not sure about the swim. So they haven't made a decision about that or not. We've not seen the sea yet, it's so dark and stuff. But so it's like delayed by half an hour, and then we kind of just wait for them to make a decision whether it's safe enough to swim or not, and then that obviously impacts what we put in transition and what the event's going to be like. Yeah, let's go look at the sea. The last minute stuff on the bike done. Garmin's on there, bottles on there. Time to go finish off my transition bags. So it's an hour before swim start, all the stuff's in transition. I thought I lost my timing chip for a minute, and the heavens have opened. Absolutely hammering it down. Thunderstorms, lightning. Kids are wet. Everyone's soaking wet. We've not even started yet, not even got the sea. So now we're going to go check out what the sea looks
Daddy, is that Daddy? Let's go.
We done. That's Ironman Weymouth 70.3 finish. Got the t-shirt on and everything. Apparently the medal has been left in the car. Blaming the kids because they've both been running around on it. This is the aftermath. All of the stuff we've got to sort out now. So yeah, so we've just driven straight back. I've still got the tri-suit on and everything. Basically, so swim, bike and run then. So starting off with the swim, obviously there was loads of thunder, there was loads of lightning, the sea looks like super rough, it's really dark, absolutely hammering it down with rain at certain points. But getting ready, up for the swim, getting psyched up, waiting there, wetsuit on, hat on, goggles ready, taking the gel, ready to go. And then I think at about 7 o'clock they announced that they cancelled the swim, or they're gonna cancel the swim. And it was mostly due to like the lightning. So it wasn't really because it was rough. I mean, it would have been a hard swim, and people that are not so great at swimming like myself would have found it much harder, but definitely doable. But it was more like the lightning risk. So like obviously it is probably the right call, because you know, if you've got loads of people in the sea and then the lightning hits the sea, they're more like fried fish, aren't we? But yeah, so yeah, definitely the right call. But kind of then like after that had this like bit like meh feeling, the fact that like it just changes the event. You're not doing, felt like I wasn't doing an Ironman 70.3 anymore. You know, obviously you're not. They changed it to a just the bike and the run. TT start from transition, so that's what it was changed to. And there's a lot of waiting around to start that, and then there was a lot of people in transition kind of at the same time, or it felt more congested than it might have been. It might have been more spread out with the swim, but I don't know, because like I've not done one of these events before and it was super big. So you know, it might have been just the same, to be honest. You know, it did mean that you had like probably the faster guys like in the mix. So you would have like fast guys like overtake you like halfway through the bike and stuff. Obviously they just started later. Like with the swim, that probably would have meant, because they're seeded by time, it would have meant that was kind of not happening so much. So I kind of felt for the faster guys, because they had to get round a lot of slower riders. But yeah, just how it was. Weather was awful again on the bike, just absolutely hammered it down at certain points. There was wind, and coming back into Weymouth being like mostly downhill, it felt quite cold at times. Only problem I had was like about 15k to go, I snapped a cable, so I couldn't shift down into the smaller ring, which absolutely sucked up one of these like short, steep last hills. I just I was quite concerned about it because I had to burn quite a lot of matches and go into quite a lot, I had to put out big power just to kind of like keep moving. And then knowing that I've got the run coming up, I kind of don't want to be doing that because I don't want to cramp up and don't want to, tire myself out for the run. But anyway, into transition 2, that took about 5 minutes, kind of like this weird experience because it is a bit different to a sprint triathlon or any other triathlons I've done, and maybe it was the day and how the format and stuff, but people kind of just like taking it super chilled in there, just sitting down, sorting themselves out. Maybe people weren't racing as much as they might have been, I don't know, or it might just be like that anyway. So I took like five minutes in there and then out onto the run. Felt really good for the first like part of the run. I planned to set out at 5:40 per k. I just wanted to get sub 6 for the whole thing, so that would be like a 2 hour, just under 2 hour run is what I was planning. And I went out and I was holding 5:10 quite comfortably, and that felt like what 5:40 felt like in training. So the taper and stuff must have gone to plan, which is wicked. And then I kind of settled down a bit because I know that it's half marathon, there's a long way to go, I don't want to blow up, so I settled into like 5:15 per k pace. And then towards the end, if I had anything left, I would push it, which is what happened. Super nice route along the promenade. It's pretty much dead flat. There was like a wind, so you get a bit of a headwind, a bit of a tailwind. So there's one, I think I found one faster way and then one slower way. I might sit down like after a few days, this is kind of quite fresh, and go through things. But now got to sort all this stuff out and eat a kilo of pick and mix that Emily bought me. So I am buzzing for that. So a couple weeks on now, and I've had a bit of a chance to kind of digest my performance and kind of what went well and some additional thoughts and feelings around the event. This is the medal, which is, I think it's pretty awesome. Looks super cool. That'll go on the medal board. At the moment, I've got a competition between me and my daughter who can get the most medals. She's currently like smashing me. But anyway, that's besides the point. So in terms of my performance now, on the bike, I averaged 32k an hour, which was like my target really was 30k an hour because I wanted to do the bike within 3 hours. So I finished it in 2 hours and 50 minutes with an average power of 163 watts and then a normalized power of 190 watts. Now the plan was to go and stick to 200 watts like as much as possible, and I kind of practice in training. That would give me roughly 30k an hour in terms of average speed. It's a bit different for me doing like an event like this where I've got such a long duration on the bike and then such long duration on the run, right? Because they're gonna impact each other. So I couldn't just go out on the bike and get as fast as I possibly could for that distance because I knew then I wouldn't be able to run. But at the same time, like the bike makes up the biggest portion and I'm strongest on the bike. So I didn't really want to like hold back too much, but I wanted to be able to complete the run. And overall I wanted to be able to come in under 6 hours. So anyway, awesome bike split, really happy with that. Like considering the conditions, the rain, the wind, like really kind of nasty conditions out there. And then in terms of the run performance, like I said, I felt super strong on the run. And I think that comes down to nutrition, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, I smashed my kind of target really. I came in at 1 hour and 49. I think an average like speed was like, it was like 5:09 per k, I think, or so. And it was a negative split, which is really awesome. So I feel like I've got some in the tank there to push it maybe, or maybe I push it a little bit more on the bike and then I just maintain that sort of run. Who knows, but yeah, super happy with that. And I've struggled with like cramping things a lot in the past, so this was like a huge win for me. And so going on to nutrition, I think this was a massive part of kind of how successful my event was really. So I'm like 85 kilos and I feel like I burned through a lot of energy, and I've really, like I said, I really struggle with cramp in any other events that I've done before. And the problem with cramp is like as soon as you start cramping up and that kind of settles in, it's very difficult to put out any sort of power or any sort of pace, because like the cramp just comes straight back. It's hard to shake it off. So I really practice in training to get my nutrition and my electrolytes right, and I think that massively paid off. Like considering it's going to be like a, you know, maybe like a 6-hour event, it's definitely like a fuel limited thing. Like if you're doing like a 1 or 2 hour event, like the fueling matters less, but at some point during this event you might kind of run out of glycogen or the electrolytes, you might kind of sweat out a lot of sodium, and therefore that's massively going to limit performance. So I made it like a key thing to really practice the nutrition like during training. And so for the bike then, I took on 100 grams of carb per hour, and I had that just in one bottle. I had an electrolyte and a carb mix all in one bottle, so it was really thick, really gloopy, but it was all in there. I knew it was like the perfect amount for me. And I just sipped on that throughout the bike and managed to consume it all completely fine. Had another bottle with just plain water so I could sip on that as well and keep kind of overall hydration up. And then, so no solids or anything. And then on the run, I just had a soft flask with five gels in it and some additional electrolytes. So no solids. That all works super well for me. I think, you know, I consume the right amount of carbs like all the way through. It's nice and steady, and I consume the right amount of sodium and electrolytes, which just meant like I didn't cramp. I had energy like throughout the entire thing, and I could make sure like I was able to push the pace rather than just like kind of hang on and survive. And yeah, I had zero like stomach issues with that at all as well, which is like really good. No problems there, because I know a lot of people struggle with that, and I think that comes down to like just practicing it in training and making sure I can consume that amount of carbohydrates in those forms. And yeah, that was all good. If I was gonna like looking forward into the future to do like a full Ironman, I think I would need to take on some solids at some point, and I would really struggle to carry that amount of kind of gel and carbohydrates just in like a liquid form. But that's for another time. Definitely for a 70.3, that works super perfect for me. Just having it in that one bottle, and then having the soft flask on the run. Didn't have to rely on any of the on-course nutrition, but you know, if I needed to, there'd be water there, and then I could kind of dilute my carbs if I felt like I wasn't stomaching it. But that didn't happen, so that's wicked. I am kind of gutted and left with this feeling that I've not done a half Ironman, which I haven't, because I didn't do the swim, bike and run. I just did the bike and the run. So it kind of leaves me with that itch still there. Definitely the right call. But yeah, it just means like looking forward to the future then, I should probably do another half to at least say I've done the half, and at least do that before I do a full one. But I really would definitely recommend Ironman Weymouth 70.3 if you're looking at doing like a half one. Like location wise, like really nice, such a nice place. The beach is really nice, the run sort of up and down there, the atmosphere is amazing. The whole event was like super well organized. The bike course is epic, some really nice scenery on the bike course, particularly if it's a clear, nice day. It's like a rolling route, so not too difficult, but challenging in its own way, which is like really nice. There's no like really tough corners or tight corners, like they're not that frequent or anything like that. So in terms of like being able to maintain a pace and everything, that's really good as well. And the swim, like obviously we didn't do it, but I went in the water and stuff the day before, crystal clear. Like I can imagine that's like a really nice place to swim. Whether I will do it again or not, I'm not sure. I would really like to, but there's so many other options for us to look at, and so many other options and events for you to do. Like I don't know if it makes sense to do the same event twice, especially you know when they're quite expensive for obvious reasons. There's so much organization and stuff that goes into this, but definitely like a once in a lifetime type experience, bucket list thing ticked off for me. Definitely felt like that anyway. It's such a big event. It's so much fun. Atmosphere is epic. Really nice to have the family there. The whole race weekend was like so good, and look, hopefully you know it's inspiring them. It's definitely made me fitter and stronger like this past year, and I've definitely gained loads in terms of like confidence and fitness and all of that good stuff in general. And if I hadn't have signed up to that event, then I wouldn't be like in this kind of state I am now in terms of like fitness and health in general. So like, it was really nice having that in the calendar, and just overall epic experience. So that's it for now. Definitely want to have a chat with you in the comments. So if you've got any questions about the event, or if you've got any recommendations in terms of half or full events or any other events, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll chat to you there.